México City Jumping Tour 2026. Repito las características de esta pista: 13 obstáculos, 16 saltos, una distancia de 525 metros, una cadencia de 375 metros por minuto, tiempo concedido 84 segundos, en tiempo límite 168. Baremo A, artículo 222.1.2, una prueba con un desempate posterior, jinetes, desempate posterior, que consta de 7 obstáculos, 8 saltos, tiene una distancia de 310 metros y tiempo concedido de 52 segundos. Obstáculos del desempate posterior, jinetes 9B, 10, 11, 12, 5A, 5B, 6, 15, repito, 9B, 10, 11, 12, 5AB, 6, 15. El diseño de Isabela Fernández de Cañete de España y de su equipo Mario Martínez y Team Azteca.
We have a new leader right now.
Buenas tardes, bienvenidos, a very warm welcome to equestrian fans joining us from all across the globe. It is an absolute privilege to bring you live coverage of the Rancho Salazar two-star Mexico City Tour of 2026. We are coming to you live from Lerma for week one of this spectacular two-week equestrian showcase, and I can tell you, the atmosphere on the ground is already nothing short of electric. Just look at the backdrop. It is absolutely magnificent on your screen right now. Nestled perfectly against the breathtaking rolling mountains just outside the capital, Rancho Salazar is putting on an absolute masterclass in hosting world-class sport. And the weather, well, flawless. We've brilliant, nice skies, a gentle breeze, and that crisp Mexican glow that is warming up the pristine sand arena. As you can see on your screen, these are the riders that will be entering into the arena. And today the stakes are really significantly. We are setting the stage for the absolute feature class of this afternoon, the two-star Gran Premio, the Grand Prix that is, for 145 height play do-it rank. And the tension in the warm-up arena is palpable, and the final preparations are underway for what promises to be a ferocious sporting battle. Rafael Rodriguez starts us off there, and we have a number of nations represented. Uruguay start us off. The home nation is more than represented here, as the most nations, the most flags represented here by the riders is the home nation, of course. There we go. That's the final then. The last number of riders. We'll finish off with Alberto Sanchez. So, real mix of riders there. Let's talk about the challenge ahead and the athletes brave enough to face it. For this opening week of the Grand Prix, we have an absolute elite, fast and exclusive field, as you have just seen. These 17 world-class riders are representing 6 distinct nations. We have home turf heroes from right here in Mexico looking to keep the trophy on local soil, standing shoulder to shoulder with fierce international contenders who have travelled to be here, and they want a piece of that pie. And there's plenty to play for. Not only are we looking at invaluable Longines world ranking points today, but a massive prize fund of just over $31,000 US. If you're watching us from home or sitting right here in the grandstands and you want to stay completely plugged into every single heartbeat of today's class, then open up Equestrian Digital app. It is incredible. The all-in-one platform for our sport, and the functionality of it is just fantastic. For fans and riders alike, it's a game changer. Trust me, you can track live, real-time results, pull up even some statistics, deep dive into rider biographies as well, and you can even analyse the faults as they happen. It's the ultimate companion for High Six Afternoon. Over to the Mexican national anthem.
We have a new leader right now.
Well, we're ready to get underway as the first one has joined us as the inspiring Mexican and national anthem has played out here in Rancho, Salazar. The crowd is settled in, the officials are in the judges' box, and the countdown is officially over. Our first rider has entered the arena, and we are ready to get underway. Who will take on the lines of Isabel Fernandez de Cante's track with 17 riders, 6 nations, and $31,000 US dollar prize push. The prestige of the Play Do It Rank Grand Prix title on the line. Who will master the track? Who will find the key to a clear round? The clock hits high noon. The gate is closed and the buzzer is about to be sounded. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this world-class show jumping. Well, if you have just joined us, a very good afternoon to you. Buenas tardes, and my name is Killian Thornton. I'll be guiding you through the sport here this afternoon as Rafael Rodriguez gets us underway. Time allowed is 84 seconds of this first round. We will have a look at the course over the first rider and just try to explore some of the elements that may catch out our riders. Highly competitive Uruguayan show jumper now, setting the standard. Just 23 years old. He's won the prestigious Roberto Mariano Grand Prix in Brazil when he was 23. And he was one of the youngest champions in that event's history. So you can see some of the lines here as we now go through the middle of the arena. Nicely jumps. These oxers in particular, really nice scope on. That's the delicate plank. Really careful with that one. This is Drago de Tellez. Strong French lineage. Sired by Número de Ozé. Redam sired by Bucas du Novilu. Spent some time in the European circuit. Standing the test here as we cross the finish line there. Great start, 81.02. The Pathfinder here produces a clear round. Nicely done. Well, Rafael Rodriguez Isa for Uruguay. Yeah, absolutely perfect the entire way around. So we will be looking for that second clear to produce or to create the all-important jump-off. So we go to Venezuelan rider Fernando Plas, and he rides Calvino PS. It's a 14-year-old gelding. This is by Chaco Blue. Stallion bred by the famous Gestut Lewitz in Germany. Sired by Chacun Blue, as we say, but out of a dam by Centadel. Bringing incredible jumping genetics to this arena. Fernando, a prominent Venezuelan athlete, and has represented his nation globally. Recently won a silver medal for Venezuela alongside a number of his comrades. He loves jumping in the Mexican circuit. You can often find him jumping in major events like the Longines FEI Jumping World Cup in Puebla earlier this year. To the triple combination. That triple is a 2 stride, 1 stride, oxer, vertical, vertical. As we come around to the final element, before we go into the last line now. So as you can see, bending line down, and then 12-13 related distance. Now look at that for time. There's a sense of relief on his face. It's a time out of 84 seconds. He's just in under that. But we have our jump off. That's the second clear. So well done to him. Good job by Fernando Platz. And representing Venezuela. Now we go to the first for the home crowd. The first for the home nation as well. Alfonso Gutierrez Diaz. He's a very familiar rider on this circuit, also on the domestic circuit as well. Incredibly competitive on the Mexican jumping tours. Good fourth place finish in the 3-star Grand Prix, and that was with Jalis K earlier this year. Successful round recently at the 3-star San Miguel de Allende. Aboard this mount, he rides Igor C. He's a 13-year-old Dutch warm blood. It's a gelding that brings excellent bloodlines to the arena. Sired by the highly regarded Dutch stallion Dexter Orr. Heavily campaigned 145 seasoned horse. He's proving he has the scope and the experience, but unfortunately just with that 4 faults at the minute. Into the final line now. Just the one from Hope, and that remains in the cup. So it is 82.92, one down, and that this you can see the disappointment there as he realizes that is 4 faults. That will prevent him from getting into the jump off. The vertical just gets knocked, little pop into the cups and just bounces back up, and that's it down for the Mexican rider Alfonso Gutierrez Diaz. Well, you need to be so careful these days, especially with the composite of the poles. They're so light, like we're so well used to, however, right across the world as the sport evolves and gets more and more challenging. Well, Nicolas Pizarro and another one for Mexico. Now, I reckon this is probably the most high-profile domestic rider in the field today. He's an Olympic veteran, represented Mexico in the 2012 London Olympics and also in the 2010 World Equestrian Games. Regularly competes on the 5-star circuit. Globally is the Mexico Amigos, part of the Global Championships Tour. Highly decorated across North America. Routinely brings home those top prizes in major classes. Today he is aboard Sorrento. And this is a strong start. Rise this 9-year-old is by Comelfo. Nice little pop to this big gelding. Just see it. Really puts the effort in. Strong charisma. Pushes through over that penultimate fence, and here we go, the first of the Mexican riders proceeding through to the jump off. It's a clear round for Nicolas Pizarro, and Mexico has won through. Yeah, just really beautiful, nice little 9-year-old there. Great job by Nicholas.
Entra a la pista número 5 de Bélgica, la ragazza di San.
Well, we will go to the only European nation represented here, as it's the turn of the Belgian rider, Laura Brocard. This is a lady who has expanded her competitive footprint into the international circuit, but not just now across Europe, spending significant time really in Mexico this season. She balances her top level riding career with academic pursuits. Recently jumped a horse at the Sunshine Tour in Spain before coming to the Longines Global Championship Tour in Mexico. Great to have the 2 and 5 star in Mexico going parallel. Today not going quite to plan for Laura. I think she'll be pleased with this. She's aboard Ragazza di Santos FT, 10-year-old Dutch warm blood. It's a nice little chestnut mare. Standing by Galtier VDL. Delivered her highly impressive and confidence building round in the 2-star Grand Prix at the LGCT in Mexico City last month. And she's building his profile, stepping him up to this level beautifully. Just 2 little knocks today as the clock stops at 80.98. It will be the 8th false then for Laura Brocard and Ragazza di Santos FT. Yeah, just going into the first element of the double combination there, along with our vertical that's starting to cause issues on course. Well, back to the home nation then. Denise Pedraza Littlewood comes from a very strong equestrian family. You can often see her compete against her brother in some international events. Very consistent presence at the major Mexican tour stops. She was also competing recently in the Longines FEI Jumping World Cup in Puebla just a number of months ago. Was also at Otomi events in San Miguel de Allende. Well, she's aboard this 11-year-old mare, and it proudly represents Mexican sport horse breeding. Sired by the highly influential Holsteiner stallion Quantum. She's just popping around here into this triple combination. Nicely overall elements. 6 strides down to 10 on the rollback then. We're coming into the final part of this challenge. Well, a hand up and a smile there. She's clearly pleased with that, and rightly so. She's through to the jump off. That's Denise Pedraza Littlewood for Mexico, and that is the second clear for Mexico. A total of 4 now through to the jump off at this early stage. It's a wonderful venue. Beautiful greenery surrounding the arena, nestled in the mountains here. So, wonderful job. As we go to Alberto Sanchez Cozar for Mexico. He's aboard Giovanna Di Perfet. This 10-year-old French-bred Celle Francais stallion brings the elite jumping genetics as a son of the legendary Gran. Stallion that's really coming into his own at the top level under Sanchez Cazar. Giovanni Di Perfet. Well, he knocks the first element of our double combination there. Alberto now sits on 4 false as he enters into the second half of the course. Fence 5A is now the fence that has caused the most issues on the course. This pair have been remarkably consistent on the Mexican Tour recently, so that 4 false will be very disappointing. And 82.95, it's 5/100ths of a second under the time allowed as well. So just the 4 false, there we go. Yeah, so very unfortunate for there. Well, we'll certainly take some lessons and a little bit of a review from that. There's an uncharacteristic 4 fault there by Alberto Sanchez Cazar with Giovanna Di Perfet for Mexico. Well, we're coming up to the halfway mark. We have the 17 riders in this 2-star Grand Prix. And now we go to number 8. It's Geronimo Jimenez Herrera. Geronimo with Conti Boy. This Oldenburg gelding who's already proven himself at the top of the sport. You can see records of him jumping, noting him as a 150, even a 160 level performer. He's by TaylorMade Confidence out of a Tinker's Boy. That gives him very strong jumping pedigree, as you can see as he just glides over that double. You know, that bloodline, that mix really extends to the producing scope and carefulness, but also the quick reflex over these modern 145 tracks. Recently won a Grand Prix in a 145 class here in Mexico. Being on the podium, finishing behind second, as second behind Alberto Sanchez Cazar, recently the Mexico City 2-star. So today, Geronimo will be going for one better, but he's well over the time allowed. And there's the frustration. It's the shake of the head. He doesn't understand what has happened. 3 time penalties, 86.95. Time allowed is 83. Perfect around the arena. The accuracy is there, but that's the frustration. That's the disappointment as he realizes it's too slow. It's far too slow to be in with a chance to take the top spot here this afternoon. Well, we need the accuracy, but we also need the speed. Returning to the Mexican rider Christian Lopez Radzicki. He rides Grand Slam. Active on this Mexican tour. top 3 performance in Grand Slam earlier this year in a 145 class in Mexico City. This horse knows his job, but it is that 4 falls that he's picked up that will prevent Wedaziki from going into the jump off. At this point, it's the 4, the quartet of Rafael, Fernando, Nicholas and Denise through. Grand Slam is a 145, 150 jumper that has proven strength at the higher end of the sport. And that's a little stop there. The bell will have to be rung as he did displace the bottom pole, so they will have to reset that, and 6 seconds will be added to the clock. It is now up to 8 faults for that refusal. Momentary lapse of concentration just gone in to the second element there. Ready to resume the round. Second refusal. There we go. It will be elimination then for Christian Lopez. Radaziki not liking the triple combination at all here. There we go. Yeah, that's the moment he's decided to say, not today, Christian. I'd rather like to go back to the stables. So 4 through to the jump off. The jump off course, plenty of twists, plenty of turns. We will have a look at it before we start it. But for now, we continue with the Mexican athletes and Francisco Pascual Vega is one of the riders with a proven winner, on major North American tours. His recent headline came from Spruce Meadows, where he won the 5-star 150 Cup. It was a number of years ago. But he's had strong success here in Mexico, including at height of 1.50 meters. This is Dominant 2000Z. This is Angerside Stallion by de Montesime, out of a Cassini first. A pedigree to me that would scream scope, power and modern jumping blood, but we will just have to see as Francisco goes into the second half of this course. Moves nicely around the arena. No issues with the plank so far by any of the riders. Yeah, you can just hear him using his voice there, just to add a little bit of extra control. Sometimes it's as much for the rider as it is for the horse. Just ensuring that body language is in rhythm. And here we go. There's another clear. 82.54. Just over half a second, under half a second in under the time allowed, but perfectly executed by Francisco Pascual Vega. He secured a spot with the opportunity of walking away with the largest slice of that prize fund here this afternoon. Well done to him. That is clear round number 5. So on to Salma Farca. Goes with this Oliver Gelding. Experienced Grand Prix horse. Seasoned campaigner this one. He knows what the technical challenges and questions that can be asked in a Mexico Grand Prix like this. This is a nice rider-horse partnership that has built experience on the Mexican circuit. They can be dangerous if they get into a jump off. Nice rhythm right from the start. But there we go. The knockdown at the vertical. That fence number 6 is causing issues. It is probably now on par there with 5A, which is the first element of the double combination. And in fact, when we look at the faults analyzer on Equestrian digital app, wonderful insight, we can see that 5A has been knocked twice and 6 now has been knocked twice. Now that's an analysis that it is causing the most issues. So to the last fence, looks a little bit slow, will get caught out in time as well, which might take the sting out of that 4 faults. So there we go, it is 84.53 and a total of 5 then, so 4 for jumping and 1 for time. Well, we're going out to the multiple rides. So Rafael Rodriguez Isa already has one through to the jump off. He knows how to tackle the course that's set by the Spanish course designer Isabel Fernandez de Caente. He rejoins us this time with Firma de Vents. Pair 1 in San Miguel de Allende earlier this month. It seems to be the established 145 partner for Rafael. We know they can deliver a tidy, efficient round. Always nice watching this pairing. Could we be looking at Rafael doubling his chances in the jump off? Yeah, absolutely. Lovely to watch this round. Well, just the one from home, no issues with time. He does it. 2 through for Rafael Rodriguez Saiza as he points and celebrates. Yes, rightly so. 2 through for him. He was the pathfinder. He had the pressure to go first, but he conquered the challenge. And then he's rejoined us again, this time the Firma de Veins also secured a spot. Man on form here in Mexico. Good odds for him as we go to the 12th rider, our 12th partnership to step forward, Ana Sofia Legarreta Fernandez. This is one of Mexico's most promising young show jumpers and already is established on the FEI circuit. She's produced some strong results this year already. Notable podium finish in the 5-star Grand Prix at Coa Paxpan. Clear round in one of the LGCT Mexico City classes as well. This is Kansas Santa Rosa. Gelding known for its quality on the Mexican tour. It's by Canan out of Caleto, using that classic power and scope jumping pedigree, I'd say. That's far too deep going into that fence. Be interesting to see it again. Just looked like charged a little bit extra, maybe an extra stride put in there. But there's the second knockdown. At the minute it's about 2.5, 3 faults per rider. The average round, the time is 81.02 seconds, and 84.59 is also the over the time allowed. Today with the 2 knockdowns, there we go, just didn't quite plan it right. 2 oxers in fact that catch Ana out, so Ana Sofia Legorata Fernandez. Four left to go. So it's 3 remaining after Alfonso Gutierrez Diaz also rejoins us here on his second ride. Picked up 4 faults on his first ride. This time he goes with Jalis K. Experienced horse for this level. Campaigned up to 150 with him. I think this is a real genuine Grand Prix horse. You can tell he has scope, especially clearing that. But does he have the composure for this course and track here today? Moving well. Coming into the final line now for a redemption opportunity to get one through to the jump off. It's the final fence, 78.79. He looks to the crowd. He looks back at that pole on the ground. Can you believe it? The final fence is knocked after a perfect round right up until that last point. Quick turn of the head as he heard that pole get touched by the hoofs of Jalis K. Well, that is how cruel and how painful it can be in this sport, but the finest of margins, and that's what it comes down to. Sometimes it is 2 4 faults here today, and we go to Nicholas Pizziaro. He also is back in with his second ride. He already has one through to the jump off. He'll be looking to replicate Rafael Rodriguez Arisa's performance. He is 2 through. Let's see if Nicholas can also double his chances. He rides Chaco S Airman PS. It's an 11-year-old Oldenburg stallion. It's by Chaco Blue, out of a Con Airline mare. For me, I would say that pedigree gives him exactly the modern ingredients you want for this 145 sport. Let's see if he has the scope, the power, and that whole lot of blood. Now, we've seen this pairing in major international competitions, including 5-star outings in Dinard. This certainly isn't just a national level horse. Pizarro's experience makes him the natural threat here in this Grand Prix. if he can get 2 through as well. Well, it's anyone's guess, really, but with Nicholas' experience, he only has the... Well, it sounded like we've had a pole knocked, but it looks like they're all up. It is 4 falls. So 4 falls indeed for Nicholas Pizarro. So I think that was at the penultimate fence there. It looked like he glided over it okay, but maybe a late folder there. So that means that Nicholas only has the 1 in the jump off. Not a loss. I mean, it's still a great opportunity for him. Let's keep an eye on the final 2, though. Will they shake things up? Will they add a little bit of pressure and heat into the plans of some of these riders that are making their plan for the jump off in the practice arena? Well, Rodrigo Lambre, he goes as one of Brazil's top international show jumpers, a very familiar face here in the Mexican circuit. He's built a reputation of being able to deliver under pressure in major 145 and 150 classes. Consistent winner and perform at this level of the sport. He rides for follow PS. This is an 11-year-old gelding by for pleasure. He's a rider that really knows how to get the best out of an established horse. I think they've really found good rhythm as they come into the final line here. They have about 13 seconds to get home. Ooh, and just got into that third last fence for follow PS. Just took a little bit of a check and therefore knocks it. Spends a little bit too much time in the air and knocks it then. So it will be 4 falls for Rodrigo Lambre. Just tips it. Well, that's a shame. It means he's prevented from coming back into the arena. At this point, we just have the 6 coming back into the arena. Can we make it a 7? Or will it be a perfect 6? Let's see. As Alberto Sanchez Cosar is back, and his second ride. This time it's Aachen del Pinar, the 9-year-old. Plenty of scope. He's by Arecio Vidiel. Has plenty of modern blood. Alberto was about over 950 international starts and 40 wins to his name. Can he conquer this course with his last opportunity? He's last to go in this first round as well. The answer to that is no. Well, once again, that fence is proving really difficult. It's fence number 6. It's been knocked a number of times, and in fact, it has been knocked the most times. But that's the first time that we've seen the plank really play a role in this first round. Total of 8 then for Alberto Sanchez Cosar as he comes around to the final line. Well, the one from home, so 83.11, and it is 8 falls then for Alberto, representing Mexico. Just see, got into that fence. It's quite difficult. Then the plank as well. Well, that does conclude the first round of the Grand Prix here in Mexico. We do hope you're enjoying the coverage. The jump off will be coming up in just a moment. Total of six pairings, with good odds for Rafael Rodriguez Eisa for the Uruguayan national anthem to play out here, as he has 2 through to it. There we go. Those are the 6 riders. He will be first and he will be last. What an interesting dynamic. If you were first and last, and you have all of this talent in between. Well, that's the running order. We will be back with you in just a moment for a jump off over 9B, 10, 11, 12, 5A, 5B, 6 and 15. But do not fear, we will revisit that before we get underway. We'll be back with you in approximately 15 minutes time.
We have a new leader right now.
Hola, buenas tardes, and bienvenidos. Welcome back to a wonderful jump off coming up with a total of 6 riders through 2 horses for Rafael Rodriguez Aizas. And with being the pathfinder, but also the rider that will conclude the jumping here this afternoon. He has a wonderful advantage, but the pressure is really on him now. He won't have the opportunity to obviously see and make a plan for many of the other riders by watching them. So it's all up to him to really set the standard in this jump off. We will have a look at the course hopefully before we get on the way. So it is going to be fence 9B. So that was a triple combination. We're now reducing that to just the middle element. It's then a left-hand slight turn to fence 10 on the roll back to 11 and 12, which we're very familiar with. But then we're going to take a left-hand turn. We're going to go to 5A and 5B. That's the double that caused issues, especially then going on the roll back to fence 6 that caused so many issues. Then we have a final gallop to the final fence, number 15. We're underway. Clears fence 10. On the roll back to 11. Good pace covering the ground at the moment. It's a knock at fence 12. The front rail is down. I could hear it. Clears the double. We're on the roll back now to fence 6. And now to our new additional fence, fence number 15. The sponsor fence, 38.18. 1 knockdown, 4 faults. Gives a nice pat. Yeah, well done to Rafael. As really tried. As you can just see, he powers through some of those fences but gets caught out. So it is going to be 4 faults in 38.18 with Dragueur du Thalys. Well, Fernando Platz. This is Shalwino PS back in with us, that 14-year-old gelding. He was second to go. He represents Venezuela. He is next to go in this Play Do It Grand Prix, the 2-star Grand Prix here in Mexico City. We're off and we're underway. Really off for a little bit more of a steady pace. Let's see, there's so many twists and turns in this jump off, as you would expect, but my word, has the course designer done such a fabulous job. Well done to Spain's Isabel Fernandez de Coite. But there we go, it's caused issues in the first round. The first element of the double, but also the second is down. So we're now up to 8 faults for Fernando. Over the last fence, it remains in the cups and 40.49. Well, that's the time. And 8 faults it will be then for Shalvino PS. Here's a little tap. And then just the back rail didn't get enough scope. Lands a little bit short there. So both elements of the double is down, and we go looking for the first clear. Well, this man was disappointed by his second ride in the first round, but his first ride, this is Sorrento, produced a beautiful clear as he goes. Waiting next, it's by Comel Fo. It's a 9-year-old gelding and has good experience for rider and horse. Will Nicholas Pizziaro be able to conquer this jump off? Clear round will put him into the lead. You can see he is opting for a more steady pace there on the related distance. Quick enough going around that roll back. 8 strides down to 12. Now we come into the trouble double. Here's the first element and the second. This is a strong performance. Is it good enough to go into the lead? Is it good enough to produce our first clear? He only has one to go. Yes, 41.33 is into the lead from Mexico's Nicolas Pizarro. Yeah, 0 puntos in Espanol. Clear round for Nicolas. Well, let's see if that is good enough to fare out as our winner here, as we only have 3 left to go. But do not forget, one of those is Rafael Rodriguez Aiza. He has already had an opportunity to jump in this arena. He will have went back out, consulted with his team, maybe adjusted his plan, consulted with the expectations of where the challenges he thought were compared to where they really were. Will he come in and opt for a steady clear? Because at this point, clear could get you on that podium, a top 3 finish. We only have the one clear, and we go now to the only female in this jump off. Can she do it for the girls? This is Denise Pereza Littlewood. She rides Santa Rosa Bamba. Gives nice look and a lovely salute to the judges. A nice smile to somebody she's seen in the spectator stand. But now it's focus, it's concentration, it's game time. She's off. Santa Rosa Bamba, the 11-year-old, back in jumping over these poles. Only one new additional fence, one fence that Santa Rosa has not jumped before. That's the final fence. 2 from home. And the final gallop, a little bit of a whistle. She's up on the time. Can she remain up on the time? Yes. Nearly 3 seconds faster. It's 38.33. And Mexico's Denise Pereza Littlewood is into the lead. Just look at that round. I'm absolutely thrilled for her. She's excited to see how she will fare out, because at the moment she is going to take the largest chunk of that prize fund here this afternoon. But there is 2 riders that will be looking to knock her off that top spot. Francisco Pascual Vega is the first of those 2. He's back in with dominant 2000Z. Will the time keep getting quicker and quicker? Let's see. We've only had the 2 clears in the jump off. Denise now in the lead with 38.83, beating Nicholas's time of 41.33. This young man comes round to the start line. Francisco is off. And we're underway. Strong gallop down to the second obstacle of the jump off. Seven down to fence 12 on the roll back now to the double. Clears both elements. 2 from home. A little bit slower on the time. He won't be quick enough to go into the lead by the looks of it. It's tight. It's so tight. But it's clear. And that's good enough to put Francisco Pascual Vega into second place with 39.61. Oh, he was so perfect. Well done to him as that secures his second place provisional at this stage with just the one to go. He is guaranteed a top three finish, but that man that gallops into the arena, he'll be looking to knock both Denise to second and Francisco into third. Will it be the Mexican national anthem that is played out again around the arena here? Or will it be the Uruguayan? Well, he was the only one to conquer the first round with two horses. Let's see if he can conquer the time of 38.33. Francisco was so close with 39.61. Gives the judges a salute there, and Firma de Veins is ready. Rafael is ready. There's a concentration and a determination on his face as he gallops through the start line. 9 strides down to 10. On the roll back now. Nice and tight. He'll need to be good. 7 down. And now we'll go into the double. This is good. There's only 2 from home. We will soon get a split time. He's 8 seconds to get in if he wants to beat Denise's time. It's so close. It's quick. It's 1.64 seconds quicker than Denise's time. And that is your winner of this Grand Prix here in Mexico. Stellar job done by the man who conquered the first round with both of his rides. Rafael Rodriguez Aiza is our winner, and so deservedly so. He had the advantage of going last. He's used every opportunity to analyze the first horse and his first performance in this Grand Prix, and he has come in fighting with Firma de Veins. 36.68 is the time that secures him a win in the Play Do It Grand Prix at a height of 1.45 meters. That's your results. Rafael Rodriguez, Denise Pedreza, Francesco Pascual Vega is third, fourth Nicolas Pizarro, fifth Rafael Rodriguez Issa, and sixth Fernando Plat. So the Uruguayan national anthem is played out here. Disappointment possibly for some of those Mexican home crowd that have joined to support their home nation. But that is the result that we have come to here, and absolutely wonderful jumping in this Grand Prix. A huge credit to all of them. Great to see them jumping in this spectacular backdrop. It's a wonderful venue outside of Mexico City in the mountains, and just beautiful greenery surrounds this arena. So we will be back with you in just a moment for the awards ceremony. We'll have a prize giving presentation, then we'll have our celebration on our victory lap. So don't go anywhere, as that's all coming up in just a moment.
Caroline.
Well, here is our winner. He's still celebrating. You can see him cheering there, raising his fist in celebration. It means a lot to him. Huge credit to him. And well done to the entire six. The six that got into the jump off, but only one can be our winner, and that is Rafael Rodriguez Aiza. Well, it's been a wonderful afternoon of this two-star Grand Prix. He's still talking about how he's won it. He's talking about how he's conquered this course. And we are going to invite the top 10 into the arena. As you can see them joining us here. Well, an absolute spectacular finish to an unforgettable afternoon of top-tier sports as the curtain falls on week one of the Rancho Salazar two-star Mexico City Tour Grand Prix that we have just witnessed. Sponsored by Play Do It. We've promised an electric showdown and we delivered it in spades. That man is your winner, Rafael Rodriguez Aiza. We came into this afternoon with 17 elite combinations representing 6 nations, all chasing a piece of the $31,000 US prize purse. Every single one of them fought for it and everything they had. But at this level, the margins between agony and ecstasy are usually razor thin. It is a tremendous effort by a lot of these riders, but particularly those who were able to go into the jump off. The top 6 perfect clears, and in fact a nice 6 then into the jump off. Spain's Isabel Fernandez de Canate asked for some incredibly serious questions out there in that 145 track. The altitude, the delicate verticals, the scoping oxers, tested every ounce of rideability, scope and stamina. 6 world-class combinations found the key to a clear round in the initial phase and setting up an absolutely breathtaking jump off as we get underway with our prize-giving ceremony. The top 10, Alfonso Gutierrez Diaz in 10th, 9th, Nicolas Pizarro, 8th, Alfonso Gutierrez Diaz, 7, Geronimo Jimenez Herrera, and then we go now to the top 6 in just a moment. So that's 7, Geronimo Jimenez Herrera. We'll go now into the top 6, and there we go. There is Venezuela's Fernando Plas, Chalavino PS. Just had the 2 rails down in that jump off. And you can just look at the scoreboard, how it fared out. Absolute masterclass in speed and strategy. Taking the glory for Uruguay today is Rafael Rodriguez Aiza, but he didn't just win it, he absolutely dominated the jump off, qualifying those 2 horses. As we go now to 4th, Nicolas and Sorrento for Mexico. Yeah, there we go. You can see how much it means to him. He took the top spot aboard Primo de Veins, produced a blazing, flawless double clear. The home crowd here in Lerma have so much to cheer on with Mexico's lineup. As we go to 3rd, Francisco there, dominant 2000 Zeds as 3rd. And also then 2nd, not forgetting Mexico's own Denise Pedreza Littlewood put up a very fierce fight aboard Santa Rosa Bamba. capturing brilliant second place with a double clear in 38.33. Capturing real energy of the arena. Here's Francisco there. Nicholas Pizziero took fourth, making it 4 exceptional double clears today, just outside that top 3, as Denise now steps forward with Santa Rosa. Now, if you want to pull up a deeper dive of the rider profiles or analyse the split times from that blistering jump off, make sure that you head over to the Equestrian digital app. The functionality on it has been flawless all day, allowing you to track the exact live data as it happens. But for now, it's all to this man, Rafael Rodriguez Aiza, our winner, steps forward to receive his check. And more importantly, Firma de Veins gets a nice little treat, a carrot from our basket. Well done to him. He is so deserving. Securing those highly coveted Longines World Ranking points and taking home the lion's share of that $31,000 prize fund is a milestone achievement. To win here against an international field of this caliber requires perfection. Perfection is exactly what Rafael Rodriguez Aiza delivered today. Well done to him. As we are still having the riders take their last little bits of photographs, and now we're going to dismount for the all-important podium. There we go, celebrations all around. You love to see the competitors supporting each other, celebrating with each other. And now, this step up to the podium. Nice to see Denise's kid there as well, up on the podium. And they are your top 3 of this 2-star Grand Prix here in Mexico City. Well done to Rafael Rodriguez Aiza. Second, Denise Beretta Littlewood and Francisco Pascual Vega. Moving into the award of trophies as they are presented. Beautiful trophies.
Barra, tabla, barra, gordo.
The prize giving ceremony, celebrating these 3 phenomenal riders. And there's so many things that are being presented. Just look at that. Huge credit to the show organisers here. I have to say a massive thank you to the entire organising committee here at Rancho Salazar. This venue is true paradise for equestrian sport. The backdrop of the mountains, perfect footing. Now we pause for the winning national anthem, Uruguay.
vamos a proceder a entregarle a
Well done to him. The Uruguayan flag in the background, celebrations all round for that man as he is the all and out winner. This is one of the most joyous moments is when they get their champagne and they're able to celebrate together. They're able to have a little drink or indeed just sometimes spray it over each other. Huge credit to them. Well done. As we try to get it opened. Yeah, this backdrop of the mountains, it's just wonderful. And the pleasant weather conditions that we've had today as we get ready to spray the champagne and get the celebrations underway. It's been the ultimate stage for these incredible athletes and their horses, and of course a huge thank you for you joining us and watching at home wherever you may be around the world and watching across the network. Your passion for this sport is what makes these moments truly special as we celebrate it with these athletes. A little sip, and we have one last thing to complete, and that is our lap of honor. Well, as we get remounted, not forgetting that this is only week one. We have an entire second week of world-class show jumping coming your way from Mexico City Tour. The horses will rest after tomorrow. We still have one more day of jumping, and the riders will also regroup. Their strategies will be rewritten, and we will do it all again next week. But coverage will continue of tomorrow's jumping as we get our victory lap and our lap of honor underway with Rafael Rodriguez Ayesta as our champion, setting off around the arena. Second is Denise Reyes a Littlewood, and third Francisco Pascual Vega. Well, look at that, and just look at the backdrop. It's absolutely stunning as they jump over the winning little markers there. Celebrating, and rightly so. Well done to them, and may the celebrations continue through the night as Rafael goes off on one more lap. He is simply the best. Out of a field of 17 today, 6 nations, it is him who has conquered the first round, and only him who conquered the jump off. Well done to him. As the celebrations begin, we will leave you with some of the scenes. Until then, on behalf of our entire production crew and everyone behind the scenes, thank you for tuning in to this 2-star Grand Prix, sponsored by Play Do It Rank. And congratulations to our phenomenal winner, Rafael Rodriguez Ayesta, the incredible Fama de Plains. Enjoy the celebrations tonight here, and we'll see you right here, back again next week for more spectacular actions. From me, Killian Thornton, it's bye-bye for now.
comes to this final punch from Rick.
We have a new leader